Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Plaza Ford. So today we are still on our quest for a new truck, and obviously today we're checking out the new Super Duty. So without further ado, here is the 2020 F350. This is a Lariat truck. 350. This is a Lariat truck. This is Ford's offering. This is kind of what we're looking for, a 1-ton quad cab short bed truck. So we'll kind of jump right into it where we did before with the Chevy. Looking at the front end, first off, it is a much nicer front end than the Chevrolet. To me, this is a very good looking truck. Over there we have a 2019. They changed some things, you know, the grills changed a little and the headlights, but overall it just, to me, this is a good looking truck. One thing about the front of these trucks, the front air dam is humongous. Not particularly a big fan of that. I don't know why they're so big, probably something with fuel economy, but yeah, that's the only real downfall up front here. Like I said, the front ends of these, really the 2017 to 2019 trucks got you kind of accustomed to it and used to the front end, and then I think they just improved it. Has some nice lines up front here. Really do like the look of this truck. And then going down the side, you know, it just looks like a normal truck. If we look down below here, they don't have, or they do have a little bit of a rougher texture underneath here, just like the Chevy, for rock chips and all that. Steps, not really a step kind of guy, don't need it, but yeah, she's a good looking truck here. And yeah, looking at the bed, we don't have the stupid step like the Chevrolet had. This also does have the where you keep the key in your pocket and you just push here, but it also has the keypad, so that way if you don't have your key on you or whatever, it just makes it a little bit more convenient. But yeah, going around the truck once again, you know, kind of getting in the rear here, nothing special, just the bed. But then we get to the back of the truck, and it does have the remote tailgate like the Chevrolet has. It does have the push button as well. But the only problem with this is when your truck is locked, you can't open the tailgate, which kind of sucks. That, and this tailgate is much heavier than it is on the Chevrolet. The Chevy has that real nice light tailgate, and there's no stupid feature here where you put it halfway up. Got to find that special spot to get it to close all the way. So yeah, that's the outside of the truck. Really, it's kind of the same Super Duty that we've lived with and seen for quite a few years now, with a revised front end. That being said, one thing to note about the cabs of these trucks, they are the same as an F-150. So if you go look at a 250, 350, it's the same cab and interior as an F-150. Same size, everything like that. Also, we got the sliding glass rear window. A little bit different look to these Super Duties, but something we've kind of come accustomed to. Now from the outside here, I will say I do feel as though this is a little bit louder than the Chevrolet. On the outside of the truck, when we take the truck for a drive, here's how it is on the inside, but we'll take a look in the engine compartment. So anyway guys, under the hood here, very cluttered engine compartment. These V8 diesels, just like with the Chevrolet. If anything, I'd say this is more cluttered than the Chevy. I mean, you can't even see the engine hardly. Once again, the turbo's back there covered. You can't really see much. It's just kind of stuff all over the place. But yeah, so that's the engine compartment. We'll hop in the interior and check that out. All right, guys, so inside of the truck here, we can start it. Now, first thing to note, when I hit the start button, the seat moves up, so it's got the easy entry and exit seat. We start it up. It's actually pretty quiet inside. I feel it's quieter than the Chevrolet was. But that being said, I also feel that this interior is way better put together than the Chevrolet was. It's just beautiful. It's a very nice interior. The Chevy just seemed cheap by comparison to this Ford. I really do like it. When in these Lariat trucks, if you get this center console system, there is a charging pad for your phone like the Chevrolet had. Push button start and stop, so you don't have to ever pull the key out. Also, if you pull this little center tray up, there is a spot in case the key dies where you can still run your truck, in case you're worried about that. But you can also make it so you have 4 cup holders, and then these 2 cup holders at the back. I don't know why you need so many cup holders, but you got it. Center console, this thing is humongous. It's just as deep, if not deeper, than the Chevrolet was. But the Chevy was like this big, I feel. So it does have a little bit nicer center console here that I like, and it does have a little power port down there, so that way you can have some accessories in there charging. Heated seats, all that kind of stuff. The infotainment, I have to say, I don't really care for the screen as much as I did in the Chevy, but the playing with it and doing stuff, I like how it functions a little bit better. It has Apple CarPlay, Google, the Android version of that, but you can do the radio, you can do the climate, you can do your phone, your navigation. Another cool thing with these is if you push this button, climate. Climate.
Please say the temperature.
85 degrees.
Setting temperature to 85 degrees.
You never have to screw with it. You can talk to it with your navigation, your phone, even with the climate controls. It's fantastic. This does not have the auto 4-wheel drive, but it does have the locking rear differential, which is I think is a nice feature on these Fords. Also has the lane keep assist. The lane keep assist on this actually vibrates the steering wheel. I think I like the Chevrolet version where it is the seat vibrating better than this. But once again, your hands are going to be on the steering wheel, so it's not too bad at all. Also, you have a bunch of different driving modes. So you got normal, tow haul, eco, slippery, and then snow and sand. So you can really dial this thing in for what your weather is while you're when you're driving. You can dial it in for what your conditions are, but there's a ton of screens in here. I don't have time to go through it all, but I do like the digital speedometer. When we drive it around, it'll show the speed limit if we're in a place where it has it. The Chevy had the heads-up display, which I did like. But yeah, really, it's kind of the same options with all these trucks. One thing to note, if you want a heated steering wheel, you got to get the windshield wiper de-icer option. So anyway, that's kind of the interior. Like I said, it's got all the features that we come to expect on these things. But the coolest part of the interior of this truck, and these seats definitely feel a lot more comfortable than the Chevrolet. So one of the coolest features of this truck is the sunroof. To me, having one of these fancy pickup trucks, just like my Cummins, gotta have the sunroof. I love sunroofs, but with the Ford, you have something a little extra special. Yeah, so you have this massive double pane moonroof. It's just humongous. You can open the sunroof and you just have the front panel open, but even that opening in the roof of this truck is just so big. It is awesome. That being said, the moonroof portion, you do not have to have the whole thing open. You can close it so when the sunroof is open, you know, only the cockpit here is covered and all that. But to me, being a fan of sunroofs, that is simply awesome. I love it. Well, so that's the interior of the truck. Let's take this thing for a drive and see how she feels.
Let's make it right down this lane down here. Yeah, this thing's even got that speed limit sign thing there, so if your cruise control, say you're on 70 and it drops to 60, it's going to drop you down by itself.
Oh, really?
You're not paying attention.
Huh.
You could override it if you want, but
Okay, well that's handy.
yeah.
I drove a... You don't feel a shift. That's the amazing thing.
Yeah, these transmissions are awesome.
Definitely more get up and go than the Chevy. Definitely. But I mean, the transmission, that's the first couple shifts you feel it. After that, you don't feel nothing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So guys, that's the 2020 F350. Interior is much better than the Chevrolet, that's for sure. Inside, driving the truck, it definitely seems quieter than a Chevrolet was. Transmission wise, they both have a 10-speed transmission. They feel about the same. You feel the first couple shifts. After that, it kind of just disappears. You don't feel it shifting anymore. Also, driving the F350, it drives better than a Chevy, I think. I mean, it just felt like a smoother ride than in a Chevrolet. And that being said, this is a 1-ton. That was a 3/4 ton truck. So that is huge in my opinion. And looks wise, this truck is light years ahead of that thing. That Chevy just, definitely digging the F350 a whole lot more than the Chevrolet that we drove. But I mean, just looks, the feel of the truck, all that. It's got, you know, all the options you could ever want. Definitely like this a lot better than I did that Chevrolet that we checked out. So anyway, guys, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of the F350. So far, I definitely dig it a lot better than the Chevrolet. I knew that kind of going into it, just even from a styling aspect. It just looks light years ahead of that. And then knowing my father's experience with his 17, he loves it. The 6R140 transmission that was in these was a great transmission, but now we have the 10-speed, and that should be even better for towing and stuff like that. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Please like the video, subscribe down below. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Get out in your garage, get the wrenching on your truck.